So the other day, we went, it was just like a 2-day long, one night stay at the Kalahari, right? I mean, we went and we just hung out at the water park. It was Thursday, Friday, nobody was there. It was really fun. But the coolest part is when we checked in to the hotel, the person at the front desk is like, oh, you're eligible for a free upgrade, and we're like, sweet, we'll take it. And so we got to the 4th floor, and our room was like, we looked on the map at our room, and like, so the room that we had originally done was like originally booked was this big on the map, right? And our room that we have is now this big.
Oh.
And it's just ridiculous, and like the room is like a corner room. It had 3 balconies and 4 TV screens and a full wet bar, 2 full bathtubs and a bathroom. So there were like 3 toilets in there. Then there were like 4 queen beds and a fireplace and there's like 2 balconies. It was ridiculously huge. I never stayed in a bigger hotel room in my life.
And you got it for free?
We got it for the price of like the hotel room that we were supposed to be staying in, and they just upgraded us for no apparent reason.
Sweet.
It was really, really, really fun. Because usually when you go to a hotel, it's like the water park is the best part because like you get out of your hotel room and like you have all this elbow room all of a sudden, where this is like the hotel room was not just like a necessity, it was like an awesome part of the stay. So that was cool.
It reminds me of when I used to live in the Dells, actually.
Really?
Well, I mean, I lived like 30 minutes from the Dells, or 20 minutes from the Dells, but we were there like every day because my mom worked there. So I remember, because in 8th grade I did online schooling, so they thought I was cheating, so they deleted all my progress. So then I basically got like half of the year off, so I had a summer and a half. And my best friend, he also did online schooling, so he just like worked ahead like 2 weeks. And then, so he came for like a week and a half, and we were hanging out in the Dells like every day. It was crazy. Have you been to Mount Olympus?
Just for the day. I've never stayed overnight.
No, I mean like have you been to the water?
Yeah, I've been at the water park. I love the big wave pool there.
Yeah.
Like the one that like, it's like the wave that's like so much bigger than you.
Poseidon. I think is
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah, we got $2 tickets.
Really?
Yeah, so we went like 7 times. It was awesome.
We were there one time when it was super busy. We were in that wave pool.
Yeah.
Because like there really wasn't anything else to do because the lines were so long.
Mm-hmm.
And like when the wave went off, it was just, you couldn't see any water. It was just like a massive bodies coming towards you. It was kind of freaky, but it was awesome.
I remember the last time I was in that wave pool, I curled up into a ball before it hit me, and I just like went flying and rolling, and as soon as I like got up, I like just hit the back of this lady. Like she was bigger, so I hit it because I was a little kid at the time. I hit it, and then all of a sudden I just like went under.
Just like bounce off this little wave.
I was like afraid. I thought I was gonna die because I like scraped my back and everything, but
oh man,
it was awesome.
I feel like that whole wave pool is an insurance violation.
Yeah. Did you hear? Like 3 years ago, there was a field trip and I didn't go on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was to the Mount Olympus, and a bunch of people got really sick from the chlorine because there was too much chlorine in the water.
Yuck. We have the opposite problem here. The pool started out this nice, it was like the day after we'd gotten back from this week-long trip.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that one on the bottom. But the pool started out like really cloudy, which is weird because... Well, let me back up. We got back from the trip, and the entire filtration system had gone down like 3 days after we left, and this was like a 10-day long trip that we'd taken. And it's a salt system, so if the pump shuts off, which it did, it can't generate chlorine from the salt that's in the water. So we're like, crap, but whatever, because the pool was still pretty clear. It was just kind of really cloudy, and it was whatever. So... we took the cover off of it, and we started everything back up, and it was fine. It was just circulating. The heater started back up, and everything was fine. And as we were filming, it just got cloudier and cloudier and cloudier, and I'm like, this isn't good. So I jacked the salt system up so that it starts, like, producing chlorine like crazy. and it couldn't compensate for it. Like the algae in it was just soaking in the sunlight that had grown in there, and like it just started turning green. Like from like literally we were watching it in the span of 10 minutes, it went from this nice like kind of cloudy blue to like this deep green, and it was like that, and it was just the most disgusting thing ever. And like what do we do? Because you can't dump chlorine in it because it'll mess with the system. But we ended up actually going to Fleet Farm and buying these like 2-gallon jugs of bleach, like 5 of them, and just turning them over in the pool. And that was funny because like the way our filter is set up is it like swirls the whole thing around in this really slow circle. So he dumped it in, and like within 5 minutes there was just this big splash of green in the middle, and the rest of it was like kind of this, well, it was like this ugly brown color. It was just the most disgusting thing.
So last year during summer I went kneeboarding for the first time. It was awesome. I went with Brandon, same person in the Dells. It was awesome because it was like the first time I've ever been like on like done water sports type stuff. And they offered for us to come with, so we're like, sure. And the first time I did it, I actually have it recorded with, it's somewhere on my terabyte hard drive thing over there. And it was cool because the first time I did it, I didn't fall off the first time, surprisingly. But you start out kind of like being dragged along, like holding onto the front, and you like pull up and gotta get your knees in this little strap thing and then tighten it while you're already moving. So it's kind of like weird to balance. And then when you're actually, okay, so the kneeboard that we were using, like the rope was like attached to a little like a lip. So if that thing comes off, you like just sink back into the water. So it was all a process. So once you get like the thing strapped, you can grab it and then like move around. It was awesome.
I think the craziest moments that happen when we're boating is tubing, because my dad is a kind of a fanatically crazy tube driver, and anybody who's been pulled by him on a tube knows that. He's really safe. He's a really good driver, but he's really talented at like whipping you around and like going faster on the cars and whatever. And we always go to the same place 4th of July weekend, or we have for the past couple of years now. It's a friend's cabin. We park the camper in their driveway and just kind of camp out for the weekend. But 4th of July is like the craziest day on their lake. Like they have a lake cabin, right? So we always go out like that day, and it's like the lake is relatively small. Like it takes to go around the edge of it. It takes about 8 minutes. You can go all the way around the perimeter in 8 minutes.
Wow,
and there's a boat every like 50 feet on 4th of July, going full tilt. So there's like really big waves that happen on the lake, and they all the law on the lake is you have to go clockwise around the lake. You can't just go wherever because it's such a small lake. So you can go clockwise, but like you can cut through the center and then just keep going as long as you're just going clockwise. So all of the waves come towards the center because everybody's along the side. My dad will we have between our friends and our two, we can fit like 8 people behind the boat, and he'll just like floor it through these waves, and we'll be bouncing around like having this the time of our lives. But that's always the craziest time because like it's not uncommon to just like go 10 feet in the air and then just slam on another wave and do it again. Like it's so much fun. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe right there, and check out another video right there.
Otherwise, right here.
We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.